Before we begin, I want to properly introduce the person sitting across from me. Belen is the founder of Soul Bloom Wellness. She is a mother, an entrepreneur, and she also happens to be my spouse and soulmate of 10 years. Together, we share 2 beautiful children, and now what we lovingly call our third baby, Soul Bloom. Her journey into wellness didn't start as a business. It started as a deeply personal exploration of health, presence, and balance. As for me, I'm Dr. Sean Maramati. I'm a urologic surgeon, men's health advocate, and now the Chief Medical Officer of Soul Bloom Wellness. This conversation is about sharing a journey, one that brought us closer to ourselves, to each other, and to a different way of showing up in the world.
Welcome to Soul Bloom, where nature meets your wellness journey.
Belen, let's start with your story. You were diagnosed with MS several years ago. How did that change your approach to wellness?
It changed everything. I started looking at what I put in my body, not just medication, but food, supplements, daily habits. Over time, I wanted to complement my traditional treatment with natural things that supported my body. And that led me down this deep rabbit hole of researching ingredients, lifestyle, and everyday substances.
Including alcohol.
Yes, especially alcohol. In our society, drinking is the answer to everything. Stress? Drink. Overwhelmed? Drink. Moms who need a break? Drink. But at some point, I realized alcohol wasn't serving me anymore. Not physically, not emotionally, not spiritually.
So once alcohol fell away, what filled the space?
Curiosity, and honestly, hope. I started learning about plants, adaptogens, botanicals, grounding rituals. Kanna kept coming up, an ancient plant known for mood and clarity. When I tried it, it felt gentle, supportive, present, nothing like alcohol. So I started experimenting, making gummies every day, tweaking ingredients.
And I became your official taste tester, right?
You did. Thousands of gummies later, I felt like I understood this plant deeply.
And then you had a profoundly meaningful life shift during a spiritual retreat. Is that right?
Yes.
What shifted after that?
That's right. It happened to be an ayahuasca retreat, and it connected everything. My health, my intuition, my relationship with plants. It made me realize wellness isn't about escape. It's about returning to yourself. When I came back, I felt called to share this. While that ayahuasca trip opened a portal, I felt called to advocate for a substance that produces more subtle daily shift with those around me. And that's when I brought Kanna to you. Because your journey, it's a whole other story. You came from burnout culture, medicine, exhaustion. Tell people what that's like.
In a word, intense. Medical school, residency, first few years of practice, it's constant pressure, long hours, life or death decisions, carrying everyone else's fear on your shoulders. Emotionally, you run dry. And the solution society gives you? Have a drink, unwind. But that kind of unwinding actually drains you more.
And then you went a full year alcohol-free.
Yes, and in that space, Kanna made total sense. It didn't sedate me, it didn't flatten my emotions, it supported connection with loved ones, it grounded me. And scientifically, the more I dug into the manuscripts, the serotonin modulation, the PDE4 inhibition, the lack of addictive properties, it was all there. There is zero benefit to alcohol physiologically, absolutely none. And so while I'd been spending all these years using alcohol to try to disconnect, here was something that helped with the transitions, produced a soft landing after a stressful long day, and helped me reconnect with those I cared about. And to top it all off, I felt great the next day. No more hangovers, no more feeling sluggish, just mental clarity, emotional connection, and a mental reset.
I remember that moment we looked at each other and said, if this is helping us, what about everyone else?
Because everyone around us was feeling the same thing. Burnout, disconnection, exhaustion. People weren't looking for an escape. They were looking for themselves.
So why did stepping in as a CMO make sense for you?
Because the science deserved translation. People deserve to understand why Kanna feels the way it does, not as a drug, not as a treatment, but as a botanical that supports mood, clarity, connection, and presence. My role became merging tradition with research and making it accessible. So, if you had to summarize Soul Bloom's mission,
Soul Bloom blends ancient plant wisdom with modern intentional living to help people return to themselves, naturally and intentionally. And scientifically, what's the mission?
our mission at Soul Bloom is to develop plant-based rituals that support the nervous system, helping people transition through stress with clarity instead of depletion.